Alright guys, today is solo adventure day! I was not planning on this. Mandy had actually kind of talked me into doing a tour today. We're going to do like whitewater rafting and horseback riding and zip line and spa, which to most people is like, ooh, super fun. And I was like, things that I'm afraid of and wanted a little more low-key. But in the end, she's not feeling well. So she's staying at the, I don't know, let's call it a resort. I don't know what you'd call it. And I'm going to go out and venture solo. So I'm going to do a hike, hopefully with hot springs, waterfall, that kind of stuff. I have not yet driven, so this will be my first time. We've had her drive so far, and it'll be good. Roadkill here comes in a different variety. This guy is lucky that I decided to miss him. There he is. Get out of the road, sir. Get out of the road. I got to this park, this national park. Looks like I'm the only hiker right now. And yeah, you can pay in US dollars, you can pay in local currency, which is colones. You definitely want to make sure when you're here you do have cash, especially colones, because not everywhere you can just swipe a card. So anyway, I definitely recommend, if you want to do something like this, get the beefy vehicles. Our little tiny car, struggle. I had to drive really slow to not have problems getting up that really rocky trail. So here is where two paths diverge. I'm going to follow the path that he said is the most popular. Might be a little bit longer. That's okay. It's about 3 kilometers one way. Apparently I'm going to be crossing some like creeks or rivers without bridges. It's going to be an adventure. So I'm going to pay attention to my footing and not be vlogging for my safety. So on the very edge of the forest is this little setup that was used back in the early 20th century, and it was used to extract sugar or sugar syrup from sugar cane. They used oxen and everything. Sorry, some pictures are a little bit out of order. That's just kind of how it is, but ants. Lots of ants. So anyway, I'm going to be doing some talking, some letting you listen to the actual sounds of the forest, and some awesome music, hopefully. And I'll take you along this journey with me. So this is actually a dry tropical forest, not a rainforest. And it's pretty unique where it is. It's in the Guanacaste region. I am curious if you can even hear me over these sounds. It is deafening. Sounds like someone has like chainsaws all around me. Those are the bugs up in the trees. I'm assuming like cicadas. I don't know, but they are loud. Very, very loud. So here I am showing you, there are 5, they tell you on the map that there's only 3, but there are 5 places at least where I had to cross rivers, streams, cricks, whatever you want to call them, places where my feet got wet. And some were more sketchy than others. And of course it can depend on how rainy it has been lately. This was in the rainy season. Luckily, not a drop of rain that day. It was so perfect and nicely shaded, so I didn't get a sunburn. But you'll see on some of these that there's a wire across, like a line that people have tied to trees, because you really need that to be able to bounce to be able to cross. And this is not for someone with sneakers on. This is not for the faint of heart and the non-adventurous. But I didn't take any footage crossing because I needed to focus on safety and not destroying a camera. So yeah, so 5 on the way there, and then again, of course, I had to cross them all on the return. So you'll have to excuse, even though I was all by myself the entire 5+ hours of hiking, I did meet a lot of fun guys. Yeah, I don't know. I just found all of the mushrooms and just everything so beautiful. The twisting trees, the way the trees are around the rocks and securing them. So a bit of poetry there. Coming up next was the first diversion off to some smaller waterfalls. And you got to get in some poses, I mean dating profiles, am I right? Yeah? Anyway, again, some of these beautiful, beautiful trees and rocks and nature, I love it. There's so much poetry there. I named some of these as I saw them. Anyway, here we have some critters. I put a lot of the critters together, especially the ants. I don't know why I was so enamored with the ants. So cool that they will just go for yards and yards and yards. These ones aren't carrying anything, but there are some, and it's just astonishing to me. I felt like I was in a documentary. Really, really neat. I did my best to respect the ant trailways, the highways. I mean, look at these guys. That's how you could tell, as you would just see all this movement. That guy, I think he lifts. But just respect it as I could, not squish him as much as possible. There were so many beautiful butterflies, and I couldn't get hardly any of them to look good on camera. This beastie is the size of my hand, though. Huge. These two beautiful butterflies having adult time. They were a mating pair. Scared this little guy. Sorry, buddy. There you are. Hi. Aren't you handsome? More of my ant friends. Pretty cool. You'll see these carrying, obviously, much bigger than them leaves, but there are some that are much bigger ants that carry like whole leaves. I think these are termites. I really wouldn't know the difference, but they have huge mounds that are there in the forest and on the sides of the road. I think that's a cicada. I don't know. This guy. I want to see a meme out of the pictures I got from this guy, because being in customer service, sometimes I feel like I look like him up close. Make a meme out of him. That's my challenge. If my mother only knew the kind of hiking I was doing, and alone, she probably would not have been happy. You had to use this line and the tree roots to get down this steep, kind of slippery path to get down to the waterfall. So maybe not the safest to do alone, but you know, I'm out of shape and I made it okay. But it was refreshing, nice cool water after probably over an hour of hiking at that point. So the end of the 3 kilometers, which really wasn't 3 kilometers because 3 kilometers would have been a straight shot, but you go all the waterfall offshoots. Anyway, at the end of this trail is the natural hot springs. They have done some work, so it's not 100% natural, but like the hot stuff comes up and they channel it. It's really cool here. This is as far as I got in. Is you've got the sulfuric hot water on the right, the cool fresh water on the left, and they meet together. And it stunk to high heaven. I was glad that I had some mint chewing gum. But this is the look of a girl who needs to go home. It took much longer than I was expecting because of all the time that I was taking pictures and just enjoying it. And I did not want the ranger to come after me after hours. So there's a dead bat. There's a ranger station. This girl had to get home to check in. All right, I just got back to the property, to the resort, and whoo! Tired. But I'm still gonna go out and go get a mud bath, which I've never done. If you watched my Fiji video, you'll see why. I actually paid for a tour and a mud bath, but I had a medical problem. So anyway, that's on that video. But I'm going to go do that now. The question is not will I have blisters, the question is how many will I have. But those shoes were a lifesaver, and I'm really also grateful that I had a GoPro, that I had a selfie stick, and that I had a Gorilla Pod. Is that what it's called? Gorilla Pod. I'll link down to them below if you're interested in those things. The sandals I borrowed from Mandy because she's still chilling out, she's feeling kind of better, but she's still not up to going out. But I ended up borrowing hers, and yeah, very grateful that she let me do that. So anyway, let's go roll in the mud, get dirty. This little bit of footage and some pictures was taken actually the day before. Went on a little bit of a nature hike to some mini waterfalls nearby, and we didn't stay too long because there was a good amount of thunder going on. But a nice little walk for those who cannot handle a 5+ hour hike. Nice little trails there and beautiful sights. And some beautiful up-close pictures. I am so jealous of my friend's camera right now because these were taken on hers. And then you'll see some on my GoPro, which is never exactly fantastic quality, let's be honest. So going back to hiking day, there was a long trail to get to the paid for hot springs. So community, you pay this little family a little bit of money and they let you through the gate to this area. And I was feeling the blisters for sure, but really cool. They've got, you know, the benches and the picnic tables and changing station. So it's not just this stinky hot springs that are natural. But I will say this did not smell. I was really surprised, and it's a beautiful locale. So you'll see that in a minute. But lots of stairs, couple of suspension bridges. That was a little scary for moi, but really cool. Can check that off my list. And you can see the pools are on either side of the Rio Negro. So the Black River that I had crossed previously, this is just further down the river. So I just took my GoPro because I didn't want anything to get wet that shouldn't get wet. And I realized as I went from pool to pool that they have different temperatures, also, you know, different clarity, different depth for families and whatnot. I personally do not like to boil like a lobster, so, you know, I did not go in the hottest. And sorry this is really shaky, but I thought I'd take you with me. I'm working on getting better equipment so it's not so shaky, so I can get some killer footage on my next adventure. So that should be coming soon. Anyway, went this back route. Apparently I wasn't supposed to, but you know, no one told me. So I wanted that mud. That's what I was focused on. So on this side of things, I got to meet several really nice people that I got to chat with from Costa Rica, from the US, from different places. And hi, if any of you are watching this, it's been so long. This is boiling water, by the way. Don't touch it, but that's what kind of filters into the other pools to warm them up. Yeah, I have only been to hot springs in Costa Rica now and New Zealand, not even in the States. It's kind of crazy, but it was fun. It was nice. There were a couple of attendants there. It was just funny, like they, at least the one I talked to, did not speak English. I don't speak Spanish, but there was, you know, a sign with English and Spanish on it, and he was being flirty with the ladies. Anyway, just, I don't know, footage of cool nature rockiness, or how we harness nature, I guess. But it's really cool. You see the really hot water trickling down. There's a river. They don't let you enter it there. Maybe not the safest. And coming up to my favorite part that I was so excited about, mud. So they've got like this stone thing, a mirror, and paintbrushes, and you just go to town. The attendant offered to help me. I declined. This is an independent woman who could put mud on herself. There was a spot on my back I couldn't reach. I did let him help, you know, because that's his job. But super fun. You know, guys, if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe. If you've stayed this long, huge thank you. I know this is a really long video compared to what I usually have, but this little guy is a hint for the next video. We're going to the beach, we're going to the ocean, and we're going to have more adventure. So subscribe, and we will see you soon.